Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busting it open since 2007, and today we'll be reviewing Marvel Legends series, Marvel's Thunderstrike, which is part of the Build-A-Figure Joe Fixit wave. Oh man, I am such a big fan of 90s, 80s and 90s superheroes, the aesthetics of them, the designs of them, so on and so forth. And unlike many other people, I am the person who loves, absolutely loves the, how can I say, the B-list characters and stuff like that. Because to me, I feel as though you can do more with the B-list characters. And I find the B-list characters to be like the individuals who you can actually like put in any setting and have fun with them, you know, versus like the mainstream ones. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Thor, but I always love Thunderstrike. So let's check out the package and see if this guy's worth the scratch. Oh man, so we're gonna check out the box right here, and the box comes in the typical standard window box that you're going to get with most Marvel Legends. You got some beautiful box art right here on the back. You got the product image on the back here. And it pretty much says, let's bring this up a little bit. And it says, Marvel's Thunderstrike, Kevin Masterson follows in the noble footsteps of his idol Thor because the world still needs heroes. And this is during the time when Thor had to pretty much encapsulate himself inside of the weapon and stuff like that. It was a big story arc that's going on there. But this is a great product image of I don't know why they call them Kevin Masterson. From what I remember, which is the reason why I tell a lot of people to go to marvel.com and look up the character bios of these people or of these characters, because I remember him being Eric Masterson, not Kevin Masterson. Kevin Masterson is his son, and he only popped up maybe like once or twice within the Marvel comics. But then again, as I tell you before, the storylines always change with these characters, so you know, given different writers or whatever the case may be, me, myself, I'm familiar with the 616 universe where a lot of these characters derive from or originated from. So as not to cause any type of controversy or like, you know, any type of controversy or discussion where, so, you know, it's constant rebuttal between the two, I suggest you guys go to marvel.com, look up the character bios, because again, I am familiar with the sets with the 616 universe. Maybe something changed, but I don't remember him being called Kevin Masterson. His name was Eric Masterson. I remember his son being called Kevin Masterson. And again, this is an image of Eric Masterson right here. Again, I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, mention it down there in the comics or within this stream, whatever the case may be. But moving right along, we got the other characters within the line. And we've already reviewed Marvel's Falcon right here. And these characters right here, you got Kang, you got Jocasta, Marvel's Falcon, Thunderstrike, and the other two, Iron Man and Captain America, which I think come from the Avengers video game that really didn't do too well. And it pretty much makes Joe Fixit right here. You know, you got the typical mumbo jumbo going on there. Got the Marvel logo down there, Hasbro logo down there. Some more legal mumbo jumbo going on at the bottom. Got the nice, beautiful Marvel logo and that says Marvel's Thunderstrike up there. Some more box art, Marvel logo, Build-A-Figure at the top, Joe Fixit. Marvel Legends series, boom, 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 window box. Let's go and bust this guy open. Give me a second and I will be right back with you guys so that you can see what he looks like outside the package, rather. Okay, so here we go, pulling him outside of the package. Boom, boom, nothing in the background, not even a logo or anything like that. Put that over there. He comes with a few accessories. You see he has one fist, which is good. I think every superhero or character or villain should come with a gripping hand and a fist, because you want to have him in, you know, you want to be able to like give him some action poses and stuff like that. You got his mace right here with great detail. This is looking absolutely good. Let me bring this a little bit closer with a nice handle that they got going on right there. I mean, like this thing is looking real good. Has some nice etching or sculpt work done in it to make it look like it's, you know, hammered out of rock or stone or whatever it's supposed to be. You got the Thunderstrike symbol up at the top right there. This is looking very, very good. Great job, Hasbro. I'm liking this handle. Has some nice strap work going on there. Got the nice little chain and everything like that, if you can see real good. This is real good. And you got the Joe Fixit Build-A-Piece right here. Let's pull this out. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. We're gonna pull him out. We're gonna pull my man out right there. Pull out the fist. And again, most Marvel Legends don't come with that many pieces. I mean, they're superheroes. Most, you know, you're not going to see them with a bunch of guns or anything like that, unless that is what the character's representation is. And this face sculpt is actually pretty good. I'm liking this on Joe Fixit. I still think the Toy Biz version is better. I might do a Build-A-Figure of Joe Fixit. I'm not making any promises yet, you know. Is the hat removable? No, the hat is not removable, unlike the one for the Toy Biz version was removable. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Looks all right. Got some nice hair sculpting going on back there, if you can see. All right. And we got a nice little fist right here, which is pretty good. This fist is looking pretty good right there. All right, now on to the figure. He is looking great. I am a very, very big fan of 80s, 90s superheroes, if I haven't told you already. And you know, he has some great detail, pretty good detail. The body mold that you are seeing right here is pretty much the Rage body mold, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, with a couple of alterations and some more bits and pieces on here, but this is definitely Rage. But they did show, like, you know, they did do some different work back here. If you look at the legs and stuff like that, they did a little bit of different line work. Let me bring this a little bit closer. Yeah, let me bring it a little bit closer. They did some good line work right there along the legs and everything like that. A little bit of shine, high gloss going on, but you can see some nice padding, some sculpted padding going on along here, along the kneecaps. Got the treads on the boots, which are pretty like standardized. You know, they're not as exaggerated as the Winter Soldiers or anything like that. But I'm loving these boots right here. Beautiful face sculpt. Why they left him in a face, which is, I guess, you know, they wanted to pretty much, but they should have came with an alternate head with his mouth closed or whatever the case may be. But Thunderstrike was a pretty like radical character for the 90s. I'm loving the ponytail and the hair sculpt that they have going on. That looks good. Nice ears and stuff like that. Do they have the earring in his ear? Because the Thunderstrike that I remember had an earring in his right, oh, I think it was his left ear. I'm not sure. Because I remember to get in the comic book. Got some nice detail in the vest right here. I'm loving this right here. Got the little Marvel, little Thor dots going all on his chest and everything. Great gloss and everything. And yes, you can pull this vest off. It is made of it's made of a soft vinyl. So you can, if you want to, you could pull this off. I'm not going to pull it off. But I mean, like, you got some nice little stitching going on around here. I mean, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. It's a great representation thus far of Thunderstrike. I think he looks great. You got some nice, you know, look at the wristbands right here, so on and so forth. And yeah, he's looking good. Now the T on his belt, this is just a simple piece of plastic that they put around his waist. Can it be unbuckled? No. But if you heat treat it, again, if you want to make alterations to any of these figures, you'll have to heat treat them a bit to get parts off or whatever the case may be, to soften them up so that you can make them more malleable, so that they can move or whatever the case may be. Or so that you can manipulate them to what you want to do. Got the logo, you know, got the barcode on the back. This guy's looking pretty good. This guy's looking absolutely beautiful. I am loving it. I'm loving the sculpt in the face. This face sculpt is actually good. It looks like Eric Masterson from the comic book. I love the way they did the hairline. It looks as if it's two, and yes, it is two different pieces right here from where they, from where the head sculpt is done, and then you can tell they put this on here. It looks as though it was glued on here. Look very closely, as you can see. I'm loving the eyes right there. The eyes don't look too crooked. They look a little catty, but not that bad. I'm loving the detail work, or the sculpt work that they did in the face. Very good job, Hasbro. Loving this. Absolutely loving this. This looks absolutely amazing. Has a nice crease in his nose. The face sculpt is absolutely amazing. And again, this body sculpt has been used before. I can actually tell you this is pretty much Rage's body. You know, and most Marvel Legends, they reuse the body, you know, they reuse the parts and stuff like that. They have to stay within cost. So, I mean, like, this is actually really, really good. I am loving this figure right here. It looks great. It is looking great. Now, this right here along his shoulders, this is not any type of sculpt. It's just a simple paint. It's okay. You know, I think it's a little uneven. I mean, I think it's a little uneven, but it's not bad for what it's trying to do, you know. The parts on him look a little bit clunky in some parts, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But this figure is looking great. I am loving this figure. Again, Thunderstrike was one of my favorite heroes during the experimental era of the 90s, and stuff like that. I remember reading his first issue. I remember with the glossy and the card it came with and everything like that. Because, you know, back then they would do the translucent cards or like the copper like foil type cards and stuff like that. But I mean, like, it's looking good. You got a nice band around his a scrunchie around his ponytail right there. Very 90s looking character. Again, I love the 90s design of these superheroes during the 90s. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love it. Got a little buckle. Got some buckle paint right here. Some paint. The paint apps on here are real good. And the deco that they did on the chest is very good too. So let's go into the articulation of this guy. Hey, it can go all the way around, but because of the ponytail, you know, you're gonna get limited articulation or limited range of motion right there. Hey, it can go back some, but again, you got this jacket going on with the ponytail, whatever the case may be. If you move the jacket around, or if you pull it back or whatever, or you move the ponytail, and notice ponytail cannot separate from the rest of his head, so don't try to do it. I don't think it can, and I'm not gonna try. Let's see. No, the ponytail does not separate from his head, so don't try it. You got some butterfly joints. I think you got some butterfly. Yeah. No. Yeah. No butterfly joints going on this guy, but they're pegged on. You got twisted the bicep, double hinged elbow, as you can see. Twisted the wrist, pivot at the wrist, so on and so forth. Got a nice ab crunch going up. Well, no, his ab crunch is kind of stiff. His is not as good as the rest of them. I mean, you got to be real careful. His ab crunch is nowhere near as pulsable or maneuverable as the rest of the Marvel Legends, but he does good. For a big character, he's good. Twisted the waist. Twisted the waist? No twist in the waist. Twist at the thigh. Does he have a double hinge? Yes, double hinge at the knee, so he can do the rising Thunderstrike knee. I love this padding. Love this padding right here. So 90s, man. So 90s. And yes, I did love Thunderstrike. I love when they do alterations within superheroes, create new heroes from old heroes rather than rebranding them under a different gender or race when it's not necessary. I mean, believe it or not, this guy had a very good, he still has a cult following, even though Marvel killed him off and everything like that. And they would bring him back every now and then, but yeah, this guy looks great. This guy is looking great. And again, you know, it's not much I need to say about this guy. And again, I like the way they did the coloring on the buttons right here. You can see that they did like the nice paint app on the buttons. They look great. It looks absolutely great. And the stitching in the jacket just helps it out a little bit more. And again, look at that beard. That beard is looking nice. Those teeth are looking nice. They really went into a lot of pretty good detail and sculpting on this guy. And I love the way he has on the body shirt under the jacket. Yeah, I'm a very big fan of superheroes wearing jackets and stuff like that. I always loved Gambit. I always loved Cyclops when he had the jacket on and stuff like that. Multiple Man, a bunch of them. Like, yeah, this guy looks great. This guy looks absolutely great. Hopefully I covered everything on this guy. So I'm going to let you guys check out a couple of pictures I took of him. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on him. Well, you know what? Here we go. I'll do it later after I finish taking the pictures. Here you go. So, I mean, so as a whole, I think this guy is absolutely amazing. He's beautiful. I'm absolutely loving this Marvel Legend. And he's actually standing at about 7 inches from foot to the top of his receding hairline ponytail that he got swept back. And I'm loving this guy. I think he's beautiful. I'm loving the detail they put on him. He embodies Eric Masterson, oh, all right, or Kevin Masterson, as you guys, whoever wants to call it. I'm not up for debate right here. I know him as Eric Masterson. His son is named Kevin Masterson. Here he is standing next to classic Thor, looking good, looking good. Don't fall down, buddy. Don't start the nonsense. Here he is standing next to classic Thor. Here he is standing next to typical stereotype black man, angry black man, Rage, who you can see that where they took the body sculpt from, as you can see right there. Here he is standing next to behold the power of the mighty Mjolnir, Thor, and like this one is like a super superior Thor. This was back when like they were going into they weren't really using too many of reused body sculpts and stuff like that. Although there is a blue version of this like this. All right. And here he is standing next to Bobtail Wild Boy. Really mean Wolverine. I like to call him really mean. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm loving this guy. I'm loving this guy. I'm going to have a lot of fun posing him. I'm going to have a lot of fun just he looks good. I'm loving Thunderstrike. Again, I'm one of those people who likes the B-class heroes. You'll see me review a lot of B-class heroes and villains and stuff like that because I just like them. I just like the lesser known characters or the ones that were like one-shots and stuff like that because I felt as though a lot of them, although they were cliche, they were authentic to what they were trying to represent. And 80s and 90s superheroes were absolutely amazing. I love the designs of them. I know sometimes they went a little bit too far with the straps, the leather, the straps and jackets and headgear and everything like that. And it was always like kinetic energy or like somebody that could I don't know. It was just a time when like writing was good, when like the character designs were a little bit over exaggerated, but they worked. They really worked, and the storylines that they had with them really, really worked. So I mean, if you're gonna pick this guy up, pick him up. He's still pretty much cheap. I have a ton of other Marvel Legends to open up for you guys. I got some Star Wars figures to open up for you guys. I mean, the list goes on. Check out my friends over on the other side, like what's that? Diecast Norths. Check out Toy Wizards. Check out my boy Marcus. I mean, like the list goes on, man. We got tons of stuff. Check out Tough Nerd Toys Network. We got gaming. We got video games. We got podcasts. We got everything. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And how it go? Wait, that's right. How could I forget? Remember, if you buy a toy, bust it open. Thunderstrike. Yeah, they actually put him in. I think it was what Marvel vs. Capcom game where like you actually saw him pop up, but he had the half mask on. Because before he started wearing this, he used to wear like the half mask, so you couldn't really see who it was, and he dressed like Thor. But yeah, check it out, man. Loving this. Thunderstrike.